inclusive Lord of the Mysteries tier list for all characters. Is it all characters? Fuck no, there's way too many characters, but it's as many as we're gonna get. All right, so shove it. Okay, so we're gonna base the ranking only and only on two things. One, this is the primary thing. This is going to be like 80%. It's value or effect they had on the story itself, okay? So how much they move the story's pace along. And secondly, likability, how much I personally like them. Those are the only two things. But it's going to be like an 80-20 split. So it's going to be like 80% is how much value they add to the story, and 20% like how much I like them. That's it, okay? That's just honestly true. You can name them differently? Nah, this is fine. S, A, B, C, F is fine, okay? Okay, listen. You can say whatever. I think everyone agrees Amon has to go in F, right? I don't know if he's going to be the top of F. I don't know if he's going to be the top of F or he's going to, or sorry, the top of S rather, or the middle of S, but he has to go in. Just his sheer, he moved the whole fucking plot along, right? Sal, what did we do? Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Sal. All right. Thank you. Ah, shit. All right. We'll do chapter 2 of COI after this. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Klein. Okay. Klein, I think, has to go in S. I'm gonna put him below. I'm gonna put him below Amon because I think he is. Obviously, Klein moved the story along a lot because he's the fucking main character, but he's definitely not my favorite Klein or Zhou Mingrui persona, for sure, okay? So I think in that sense, I think I would put him below Amon. I think that feels fair. I like him just as much as Amon, maybe a little less, but in terms of how much effect he's had on the story, he's had less effect on the story. So I think below Amon feels fair. Okay, Sherlock. Sherlock, in my book, is like the least likable. No, actually, no. Sorry. Not least likable, but least character, story important Klein persona. I don't know if that's like fair. It's definitely between him and Dwayne. These two are like definitely the least that you could make the argument for that these two are the worst Klein personas. Now, worst is like in reference to Klein's personas himself, because the other ones are fucking goated, okay? You're gonna say something bad about Klein, you're gonna say something bad about fucking Gehrman or Merlin? No shot, okay? Love those guys. So, in my book, I'm gonna probably end up putting him like... likability, I think he doesn't rank super high. And in terms of story... in terms of story progression, the only reason I would rank him decently high is because everything from Miss Bodyguard or Sharon ran through Sherlock. So for that reason, he might be ranked a little high, but like it's kind of eh. Wasn't Sherlock the reason why Leonard found out about Klein? That's actually a decent argument. That's actually a decent argument, Plague. Okay, I was gonna put him top of A, or sorry, top of B, but we might put him at like bottom of A now. That's actually a decent argument. That's fair. Okay, Dwayne Dantes. So in terms of likability, I think very middle of the road, maybe 7 out of 10 or something. In terms of effect on the story, this is where he becomes a demigod. So it's a very decent effect, and it's also the reason that he gets into contact with like upper echelons of the church, right? So I think for that reason, and his likability would be really a lot lower for me, but I think Gambling God Dwayne really brings it up for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I love that persona. Gambling God Dwayne was so fucking goated. That mini arc was like so much fun. I love that. So for that reason alone, I think I would put him above Sherlock. I would still not put him S tier, but I think I would put him above Sherlock just for that. All the girls flock to him because he's got money, okay? Wait, Sal, you're not even gonna stave for me to read the chapter that you paid for? Seriously? What? Dude, what? What do you mean? Okay. Alright, it's fine. What? Okay. Gehrman, I would rank him above Klein. Is that crazy? I loved Gehrman. Sal, thank you so much, buddy. Love you. Is that crazy? Gehrman above Klein? I feel like that's fair. I loved Gehrman's persona. I think getting to see Klein kind of, a little looser, as opposed to, like, normally he's so methodical, so slow, so, like, careful to do anything. In Gehrman, we got to see him, like, cut loose a little bit for him to actually, like, hey, just, yeah, fuck it, we can make it work. I think that was really fun. Aman, wasn't Sherlock interference in the smog of Backland the reason 017 erases Mr. A and the Demoness of Despair, later Foggy Town, which we meet again? Wouldn't that raise his value? Yeah, but I still don't think I'd put him above Dwayne, which was the only reason he ever got to Foggy Town. So I think in my book, he still stays below Dwayne. Because he would never be in Foggy Town without Dwayne. So those guys being there and we get to re-meet them is still valued less in my book. Okay. I don't care what anyone says. This one I will fight to the death on. Merlin is like the peak of Lord of the Mysteries in my book. I enjoyed Merlin's whole arc from the second he was introduced. From like him just going to like a little kid and the kid's like, can you bring back my can you bring back like my parents? And Merlin's like, no. And the kid like kind of, he's like, I know. Like, I would really love to like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, I think the kid asked for like his home back or something, or maybe that was someone else. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing. He was like, I just left to like have my home back or whatever. And it was like, dude. And he's like, okay, no problem. Go back. It's there. Like, oh, it just melts my heart. Two different people? Oh, I think the house was the guy at the bar, I think. Oh, I think the house was the guy at the bar. I think you're right. I think you're right. Chris. Okay. But, like, I think that shit was so perfect. I think him doing that automatic wishing machine for that girl was so good. For the one saying, Merlin is a masterpiece, his arc, Merlin was very fun, but his plot wasn't that important. So hard disagree. Wasn't Merlin the one that went from sequence 2 to 1 to 0? Wasn't it Merlin? Wasn't it Merlin doing that whole shenaniganery that got him to digest sequence 2 to be able to go to a Tenet of Mysteries to make Utopia? I hard disagree. No, in my book, Merlin has to be the peak of Lord of the Mysteries. Like, maybe Frank Lee would rank higher than him just because Frank is goated. But, like, I don't know anyone else that in my book I love as much as Merlin. Amon is a second, sure, but, like, in my book it's like a distant second. It's like, we like you, Amon, but not that much. Call me shit. Mr. Fool. No, okay. Maybe I save this one for later. I'm going to save this one for later. I'm going to save Mr. Fool for later. Sequence 1 was not really Gehrman, though, was it? Do you think Amon will be in COI? I think he'll probably come back. I think so. Okay, Eridas. Eridas is cool. Eridas is cool, really likable. The question is, how much effect did he have on the plot? I think the fact that after Klein became like, I think after he became the Fool, or Lord of the Mysteries, I guess, the fact that he goes back to get Eridas is so goated in my book. Like, the fact that even as Lord of the Mysteries, he's like, nah, I'd like to keep you around. And he's like, and Eridas like asks him like, hey, are you Are you scared? And he goes, yeah. How about you? And he's like, no, I'm not scared. Because in Erides's mind, as long as Klein is there or the Lord of Mysteries is there, he's like, it's all gonna be okay. What a G. I think super like 10 out of 10 on the likability scale. As effect on story is where he takes a beating. He's gonna end up probably being somewhere in B in my book. Does that feel fair? Because really high on likability, but effect on story you can argue a lot on. Especially compared to these guys, I think he has to rank quite a bit below. I think it's just fair. Audrey. Okay, Audrey, once again, Audrey in my book has been like a 10 out of 10 on likability all the way. Audrey has been like a 10 out of 10 on likability the whole... That doesn't feel fair. He's like Klein's ChatGPT. That's true, but even still, what, like, would you have me rank him as high or higher than Sherlock? Like, that just doesn't make any sense in my book. Okay, so Audrey in my book has been like a 10 out of 10 in likability all the way since she was fucking introduced. There's just no qualms about that, right? The impact on story, I think there is no doubt that she has to be S tier. The question becomes more on where in S tier. Because she was the reason that Klein was able to stop the King of Loan from I mean, not the only reason, but like she was definitely a part of that. She was part of the reason that she that they were able to stop the King of Loan from becoming a god. So in my book, she ranks probably above Klein, maybe above Gehrman. Maybe you can make that argument. I don't know. I'm gonna put her above Gehrman. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna put her above Gehrman. The only thing in my book that makes like Gehrman comparable to her is like that thing at the end of volume 7. Start of volume 8, where like Gehrman comes to life because of Adam. Other than that, I think she goes above. I think she goes above Gehrman. I think. Shut the fuck up, Nightwalker. Okay. Alger. Alger, I didn't like him quite as much at the start, but his character arc was so impressive. Like him from being this like incredibly selfish guy who wouldn't, you know, give any information or help anyone unless there was a tangible benefit to him right away. I feel like as soon as Derek joined and Derek treated him with like so much reverence, he changed as a person so much. And I think in my book, that like change was so valuable to him becoming like the leader of... His plot relevance was never really there. That's gotta be a joke, right? He becomes the head of the Fool's Church. What are we talking about? What? His whole thing with Ami Bella to like to become an angel and stuff. What do you mean? Dennis is the island arc also true where he goes with Gehrman. Okay, I would probably put Alger like... I think I'd put him below Sherlock. I feel like I really enjoy him, but I don't think I'd put him in the same category as Audrey in terms of his character arc or impact on the story. Kohanem, not Amibella. You're right, Hope. You're right. Also being a starting member of Terror Club. This is also true. Okay. Like in my book, the character arcs, the Pontiff of the Sea, not the... Yeah, but they say like the Sea God is like gonna be amalgamated into the Fool anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant. Okay, like Derek. I think Derek has to go S tier. I think these two you could swap around in my book, and I have no qualms either way. In my book, I'm gonna put Derek above. That just because the City of Silver arc was such a everything with the City of Silver was so valuable, and that all came through Derek. In terms of likability, he, like Audrey in my book, is another 10 out of 10. I don't think anyone's gonna really have qualms about that. And everything with the City of Silver, the Moon City, and the largest cohort of the Believers of the Fool came from Derek. Came from the Derek arc, like an extension of it. So I think in that book, I think that positioning is fair. Okay. 4s. This is another interesting one. Okay, 4s had the whole Abraham family thing. She became a demigod. She will likely be an angel at some point because the Abraham family has all the characteristics for it. She will likely be the one to inherit them because she's the only demigod they have right now. So that's up there. But in terms of likability, I would put her at like a, I don't know, what's like a decent likability? I don't know, 7 or 8. I wouldn't rank her super high on likability if I'm honest. I know you guys, I know some of you really like her, but she's like, fine. I think she ranks above Alder though. The whole Abraham family arc, Mr. Door coming back, all that was an extension of her. Emlyn. Emlyn is now an interesting piece. Because Emlyn, he does some stuff. He has a lot of character growth, for sure. From where he starts to who he is by the end is like, there's a big change, for sure. But I don't... Emlyn, yeah, he has a lot of character development, for sure. But okay, Emlyn, in my book, is either top of B right now or bottom of A. I'm gonna put him top of B, but this might change in reference to what happens later. Is that fair? Because a lot of character development, but his impact on the story can be argued. I feel like he's gonna have a really big part in COI. I don't like his dolls. You're absolutely right, Plague. I think so. I think we're gonna leave this like this for the moment. Okay. Cat Leia. Cat Leia. So through Cat Leia, Klein gets access to Bernadette. Through Bernadette, we get to speak to... He did do a lot of lore revelation? Maybe. Okay. Through Cat Leia, we got access to Bernadette. Through Bernadette, we got to do the whole meeting Roselle arc, which was a fucking S-tier mini arc in my book. That was amazing. Lovely. I'm so glad Klein got to talk to his predecessor. They both got to have a little fun. Klein got to relax for a little bit. That little bit where like Roselle's talking to him and he's like, I can feel the intense sadness, the loneliness in your bones. He's like, damn, that's like heralding. Also, frankly, true. Cat Leia's only relevance is her connection to Bernadette, exactly. Or look at the Mosaic Order, true. So in my book, she's close in relevance to Emlyn. I would put her below Emlyn, though. And I would probably put Eridas above. How do we feel about that? I think that feels fair. Like, because most of her stuff is Bernadette, and I'm gonna rank Bernadette herself. So why would I not give her most of that credit? Because Bernadette is the one who did most of it. What do you mean? Most of our stuff is like, oh look, Bernadette's doing such cool stuff, and like, Cat Leia kind of introduced us to her. Okay, so then I'll just sequence 5 advancement arc. Okay, cool. She had a whole ass arc? Mermaids? Did we get mermaid knowledge through her? Oh wait, I see what you... Oh wait, actually, I see what you mean. That... Oh, I think... Oh, oh, actually, no, you're right. I'm sorry. No, you're... Oh, no, you're right. No, Hope, actually, you're right. No. She had the whole Gehrman arc. Oh, no, you're right. No, you're right. I apologize. Nope, you're right. No, when you're right. Okay, Leonard. Leonard was honestly kind of a fucking profound disappointment. Ever since he came into the Tarot Club, he kind of didn't do that much. Like, the coolest thing I can think of Leonard doing was, like, him introducing the Tarot Club to all the major churches. That was really cool. And then obviously finding out that Klein was still alive and like, reaching him. That was also really cool. But, like, in my book, he was kind of a profound fucking disappointment. Like, I would be thinking, like, around here somewhere. Between Alger and Fours? Oh, I guess Palaz. This is fair. Yeah, I guess I'd rank her higher than Thing, because I'd rank her higher than Cat Leia because of Palaz. You guys are right. Yeah, that's fair. Hall of Truth. I did forget that one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Gio is like the most fucking mid fucking Tarot Club member in my book. She did like nothing at all. She has to be the only C tier Tarot Club member. Like, I don't want to quite put her at F because technically she did do some stuff, but like, it's just the most like, whatever. What does she really do? Edwina. Impact on story. Impact on story. Kind of minimal. Likability, sure, she's likable. Danitz clearly seems to like her a lot. All the Geo 4 stuff, it was all Geo. That's insane. I don't know who Sinbad is, Hope. I honestly don't even remember it. I don't know who Sinbad is. Grozalark? Oh, true. Okay, now here's the question. Now, do we... Okay, because obviously the impact that the impact that Edwina had was lesser than the impact that Geo had on the story. That part's just That part is just objectively true, okay? It's just true. But the question is, are we basing this relative? Have you? No, I know what Sinbad you're referencing. Yes. Okay. But Edwina obviously had a lot less chapters than Geo did. So the question is, do we take that into account when we're doing our calculations? I don't think so. I think because like that's like saying like, oh, the goddess has really few characters, but she had a huge impact. Okay, well then at that point she'd be at the top of S, but that doesn't make any sense. So objective impact on story, I think Edwina has to be somewhere in C tier. For anyone who wants to talk about the Grozell arc, really enjoyed it. Guess what? Geo technically had her own arc too. Cool impact. Oh, that's actually a great point. You know what? Let's do that. Cool character, no impact. That's actually a great point. Let's just do that. Okay. What the fuck? It just deleted C. Oh my god, kill me. I think, yeah. If you gave Klein the key to Oromir's palace, and Grozell's travels was a crazy shield, dealing with Klein survived the ending 5. All the same. I'm gonna put her here. Daily. Okay. Daily, in my book, is like the definition of cool character, but no impact. If someone was to argue, like, oh, she did so much while trying to kill at the end of Volume 4, just fuck right off. Come on. Really cool character. Loved her. The Last Dance. Amazing. Love that. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue about this. Susie, top of S. There's no question. No, I doubt anyone's gonna even question this, but all the same. Okay. Edwina above Geo, dude, drop the blasphemy. Dude, they both had a character arc, and Gio's a Tarot Club member. In my book, that puts her above. She's a Tarot Club member. She has to be. Like, there's gonna be characters that are not Tarot Club members, but they've just done so much. Like Amon. Like, Sharon. Like, maybe you could even make probably Danitz even. Like Medici. Like, okay, you can make the argument for those guys, but like, these guys both had like kind of relative arcs in my book. Well, not relative. I guess I did like Rosell's a lot better, but Edwina exchanged Klein the Giant King's key, no? I don't think she did. Did she? She's the bottom barrel Tarot Club member that just doesn't count. She did? Did she? Okay, if she did, then I'll move Geo down. If she did, then I'll move Geo down. Okay. Icons or Bernard? Cool character, no impact. Objectively true. Done. Dunn's death had like a huge impact on the story, and that was like the driving factor for Klein being like, okay, listen, we have to fucking kill him no matter the cost. That was like, okay. That's why Klein was like, okay, now I'm gonna fucking go away. I'm gonna go on my fucking, cultivation arc. I'm gonna level up, and then I'm gonna fucking kill him. Dunn's Nighthawk code lasted the entire book. Exactly. I think in terms of impact, I gotta put him at bottom of A. I don't think he quite had the same impact that Alger did at that point, because, like, Alger by the end of the book is, like, doing a lot. But I think he deserves A tier. I think. Damn it. Our dumb boy. But he does get the City of Silver citizens out. He's on that ship. That's worth a lot in my book. Our rebellious teenager. Nightwalker, what did you say? Gio got that cross to Klein, which makes A as GC Klein, and then lead to the whole we meet again mysteries moment. This is true too. I don't know, dude. We're gonna put them. We're gonna put them up at interchangeable. Danitz in my book. Lowest A, high B. I don't think Danitz goes. Does Danitz go above Emlyn? That feels crazy, no? Does that feel crazy? Am I? Okay, hold on. Okay, Danitz, save the City of Silver citizens. Danitz is like the one of the fucking key members of this Church of the Fool. What did Emlyn do? And the First Believer, true. You know what? Above Emlyn. Above Danit? Above Cattleya? I think, oh no, yeah, I think so. I think so. I think you guys are right. Sharon. Okay, listen. Sharon had a huge impact in Volume 2. As soon as Klein came back to Baklan, she was like one of the first people he contacted. We had a whole arc about her becoming a demigod. She helped with the murder of that Aurora member order, I think. Aurora Order member or whoever. I think her character impact just can't be denied, and likability is like a 15 out of 10. Love her. I think either at the very top of A, like, or at the bottom of S. I don't know. You can make the argument for you. I'm gonna put her at top of A right now, but we might change that later. I think that she might not technically be like a Tarot Club member, but in my book she's like an unofficial Tarot Club member. Like her and like Azik are like unofficial Tarot Club members. Add points for hotness, very much so, for sure. Miss Messenger, okay. Sharon has S in her name. Yes, that can't be the fucking way to decide that, Merlin. That can't be the way to decide that. Okay. Miss Messenger. Character impact. She did come in handy a lot. We used her a lot in fights. There's a lot of fights, like ending of Volume 5, that Klein wouldn't have survived if not for her. She is one of the people mentioned in the Bible of the Fool or whatever, I think. Below or above Sharon? That's not even a question, right? We're gonna put her below Sharon. That's not a question. Like in my book, I don't think I even put her above. Like maybe she goes bottom of A. Above Sharon. You guys are out of your fucking mind, right? Above Sharon? Are you nuts? Like, maybe we can put her above Dunn? Easily above Sharon, much more impact. Much more impact? Story-wise? No shot. Sharon had her own arc. Like, several arcs. Also, the leaders of the Temperance faction, how many times? Hope. Best argument made so far. Okay. God of Wishes fight. I'll move her here. I'll move her here. I'm not moving her above Sharon. That's a hard line I have to draw, but I'll move her up here. Okay. Trissy is... She has been around all the way since Volume 1. and her fucking arc ended in end of volume 5? When she took out, when she stopped the apotheosis ritual. So she's had like a monumentous story impact. She stopped George from finishing his apotheosis. I think bottom of S, I think. Like, she was in volume 1, she was in volume 2. I don't think she was in 3. I think she was vaguely in 4. I think she was definitely in 5. So like she was there for so long, she had a huge story impact. It's not super likable, but like in volume 4 and 5 we got to like her a bit more, because we got to see that, like, despite the fact that she did bad stuff, she was like actually caring. The sewers in 4, I think. Trissy also killed the Nighthawks. Frankly, has to be number 2. I think Dog Almighty. I think Dog Almighty does take that. It's really close, but I think Frank does go second. Listen, who is the first person from Lord of the Mysteries mentioned in COI? Who's that first one? It's not Klein. It's not the Fool. It's not God Almighty. It's Frank. Okay? Incredible. Incredible. It's the circle of inevitability. Okay. Medici. Okay, so Amon's babysitter. Where are we ranking this? Amon's babysitter. Amon's babysitter. I think he has to be somewhere in A, I think. I think I would put his impact above Leonard, below 4s. Does that feel fair? Likeability is fine, but no. But like, he had a decent Plague. He had a lot of plot impact. What do you mean? Yeah, like there was like a whole fucking arc, an arc that was mentioned for so long. I think he has to go up there. Oh no, actually no, never mind. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move him down here. Sorry. I'm gonna move him down here because I don't think his impact is bigger than Alger. And actually, I'm gonna replace these two. Sorry, I'm gonna move Alger above Leonard. But it's hinted Medici was a lady huntress in the beginning, so points for that too. Okay. Okay. Not to mention, he helped Klein digest Bizarro. So, oh, true, with that Amon prank, yeah. Like, he shit himself, and he's like, oh. Like, oh, you got fucking lucky. Even Zaratul never tried to do that. Ouroboros. Honestly, kind of a fucking letdown. Ouroboros' whole thing was like, oh, he was always trying to find Will, but, like, never found him. He was vaguely mentioned at the end of Volume 4 when Adam had to go, like, chase him down or whatever. And he got away. Like, I feel like I don't remember much of his impact. Calderon, City of Silver, true. Would it... I'm curious. Okay, if I put him in cool character but no impact, what would you guys think? This tier doesn't really have a ranking. I don't really. I'm just doing laterally. You can put him at the top, put him at the bottom. I don't really give a fuck. I feel like cool character, but no impact. Like, we heard about him all the time, but like, what the fuck did he do? Colin Iliad. The mega hot as fuck, but no impact. There you go. Nailed. Look at my boy Bernard, okay? Look at him. He's got a jawline like a cut glass, bro. What are we talking about? It's gotta be on there. Colin. Okay. No, he doesn't. He definitely doesn't go S, Merlin. Because you gotta understand, like, to go in S, he needs to have done more than Alger, done more than 4s. That's crazy work. I would put him above Medici, maybe even above Leonard. Like, I loved his character arc. I loved, like, him dying was like so, like, I knew it was coming, but all the same, it was so sad. He led a lot of the City of Silver stuff. This is true. Maybe we do here. No, maybe we do here, rather. Above Dwayne, below Miss Messenger and Sharon. Maybe we do top of A. Forrest's biggest achievement was being a member of the Tarot Club. No, but Merlin, she also introduced all the Abraham family members and made them believers of the Fool, right? It's a big thing too. But yeah, if you wanna, but like releasing the City of Silver has gotta be fair. Roselle, I think, has to be S tier. His impact is shown the entire story. Love the part where Frank Lee low diff the entire... Unaware, this is what we're talking about. Who was the first we just read chapter 1 of COI. Who was the first person read in COI from Lord of the Mystery? Who was the first person mentioned? It's Frank Lee. Okay, Roselle has to be S tier. His impact is shown through the entire story. Like, literally, the entire story. The Roselle books are, like, literally what guide Klein the entire fucking way. Unaware, thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. Can I ask you a question, Unaware, if you don't mind? Still trying to catch up on the VOD, so close? Alright, sounds good, man. Yep. You're not a member, but you always gift. Can I ask, what's the logic on that one? Like, I appreciate it all the same, don't get me wrong, but it's just funny. Roselle has to go S tier. Haven't needed membership benefits yet. Fair. Alright, no worries, buddy. Alright, have fun catching up on the VODs. We'll catch you soon. Hear me out. Ouroboros is S tier. The only reason he didn't show up is because he was using all his luck to get as many people to read Lord of the Mysteries. No, I'm not buying it. Nope. Good argument, but I'm not buying it. Bottom of S? Maybe above Trissy, maybe below Trissy. I wanted to mention this in case no one has yet. Every time Sua shows up on someone else's team, they lost. Bro, is the Drake? He's like, yoink. He's like, so... Oh, that's so good. So, like, the joke is, like, that Drake always, like, helicopters in when someone else is, like, doing really well in their music career. Because Drake is big enough that they get a boost from him, but Drake gets longevity for his career as soon as he, like, swoops in and, like, does a song with them or whatever. So, like, that's really funny. I think Roselle has to be the bottom of F. Whether above or below Tracy, I think you can make an argument either way. But I do think it has to be around here. I'll put him above Tracy, I think. I'll put him above Tracy because we get to hear about both of them the entire way. Drake, anytime he supports us. Yeah, exactly. Unaware. Because the problem is not that he supports them. The problem is the ones he bets on. As soon as he bets on a team, they lose. It's like fucking crazy. Like, he never wins his sports bets. I don't know. The Goddess. Okay. The Goddess has had probably more story impact than anyone else. So, all right. Bye, buddy. The Goddess has had more story impact than anyone else. I think, like, from day one, she's been helping Klein, making sure that he kind of gets where he needs to go. And then when asked, like, hey, why did you do all this? She goes, I still love my world. Like, oh, what a G. What a good, so good. Is it crazy to say that she has had more impact than, like, everyone else? Is that crazy? Like, in terms of story impact, I feel like she's had more impact than anyone else. Her impact was a lot more off-screen and not known about until closer to the end, but maybe you can make the argument for Adam, but no, even then, I don't think Adam has had more. Like, I think Adam, I would probably end up putting somewhere around here. I think this is where I think that's probably where I'd end up putting Adam. Not more than Klein. You know what? I'm gonna put her below Klein and Amon. I'm gonna put her below those. I'm gonna put her below those two. Okay. Mr. Azek. He has not had... He had a lot of impact right at the start when his strength was really, really needed. In Volume 1, where he saves Klein's ass. In Volume 2, where he really saves Klein's ass. In Backland. In Volume 4, when we find out about the whole Death Console thing, when he has his own arc. Right, even right up until the end, like, we get to see letters to Azek, exactly. He's got to be S tier in my book. I think he goes like here. I think he goes here. I think he goes above Klein. Maybe even above Gehrman. But I think below the others. Merlin, Amon, the Goddess, Audrey, and Derek. I think so. One of Klein's only friends, true. I think he goes there. Okay, Will Ossepton. I won't accept Amanesis below Amon. But dude, Amon had so... I don't know, it's close, dude. Like, these two, I think you could swap around and I'd be fine either way. I don't know. Will Ossepton. How much impact did he have? Hope, what was your argument? If Amanesis was not around, the curtain would have descended alongside Klein's soul and he would have lost control instantly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Will Ossepton. I think... quite really likable. A reboot Paper Crane. That's about his impact, right? That's about the length of his impact. manage, like I would say bottom of A? Will above Trissy is crazy work. I don't think so. I don't think so. I would put low A. Plague, I love Will. I love Will Osipson. Especially at the end when like Klein gives it, says like, hey, do you wanna accommodate the uniqueness right now? And Will goes, no, that'll put more strain on you. I will have another time, don't worry about it. Like, what a G, dude. What a fucking G. Love that, dude. Anderson, F tier. Fuck this, dude. Loser. No, okay, I'm kidding. Okay. Anderson. Have you read? No, Nagito, we read that. But I have to read chapter 2 as well, so if you want to stick around for that. Low A? No, I don't think so. I would put Anderson below Danitz for sure. I would put him below these two as well. I think I'd put him bottom of B. I don't even, because I don't think I'd put Anderson above Eridas. I don't think so. In terms of impact, I don't think, like his biggest impact that I can think of is Anderson got him Death Knell. That's got, yeah, that's something for sure. That's why I'm putting him above a fucking Tarot Club member. But like, but does he do more than fucking Eridas? I don't think so. Lawyer Jurgen. I'm gonna put him in F. Technically I can put him in cool, but no impact, but I'll put him in F. Cattleya. No, not Cattleya. Bernadette, sorry. Bernadette. Bernadette got us the whole Roselle arc, which was really good. I think I'd put her about here. I think I'd put her about here. Above Anderson. No, actually, yeah, I think this feels fair. I don't think I'd put her any higher. Above Emlyn and stuff starts, like, there's like hard check, like Emlyn and like Catley are like hard checks, like how much impact have you had, and like Fours and Aldra are like hard checks, but like how far? She has the genie, yeah, but like the genie is his own thing, so it's fine. I couldn't find a photo for the genie, so we just got the genie from Aladdin. I'll have to do. Inns Zong Will. Insung Will. Huge client, huge story impact, because all the way up until volume 4, everything's about him. Everything is like getting this fucking guy. That's all of it. From 2, 3, 4, all of it. So his what the fuck? His story impact is massive. Likeability, 0. Exactly, Luvian. The question is, where does that get him? Huge impact, 0 likability. I would put him... I would be thinking about here. This is where I would think. Above Dwayne Dantes and Sherlock, but not in S tier. Because his impact, I don't know if like, other than like, just based on sheer impact, I don't know if anyone other than Amanasis, Amon, Derek beat him just on sheer impact on the story. You can say your thoughts on... Sure, yeah, sounds good, Nagito. Old Neil. Old Neil. It's either... I'm thinking like high B or like low A. This is about where I'm thinking. I would think like here. I would say here. I would say like he cuts off those two. Just because... No, because like... I feel like his impact on Klein was... On the story it wasn't a lot, but his impact on Klein was a lot. I feel like that moment was like a pivotal moment for Klein where he went like, oh... Like, I understood the dangers of this world, but like... Someone who's this knowledgeable of this world and has been in this for so long was lured and hurt. Like... We gotta be really fucking careful, I think. So, and plus all his basic Beyonder knowledge and stuff, yeah. The first time he saw Roselle's diary was also in, with Old Neil. So, like, it's a lot of stuff. So, I think he probably goes there. This is, I think, Prince Setasak, or this might be Merrick. I don't know. I don't really care. F. This might be Prince Setasak. I don't care. Leo Darrow. He becomes our walking, talking nuke after, like, Volume 6. Leo Darrow becomes our walking, talking nuke. So, bottom of C, I think? Like, he had some impact. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, he had no impact, but his impact was certainly, like, his impact was certainly more than these guys, or these guys, but... Hazel. Hazel, I think same thing. I think we liked her. Like, maybe she can go like here. Maybe I can put her above Gio, but Gio had her own arc, so I don't think so. But I mean, Hazel did have her own arc too, and that arc was the first time we came face to face with Amon. So are you gonna read chapter 2 or COI? No, Plague. I am. Remake this. No, Nagito. I think Hazel was. I think Hazel you could probably put above Gio just because her arc got us face to face with Amon for the first time. Antigonus, the fucking rank 1 fraud. Top of C, I think, probably. Maybe you can put him... no, we can put him at like bottom of B, maybe. We can put him bottom of B. Lovia. Shepherd Elder Lovia. She was she was mentioned, I think, all the way back in Volume 1. And then she died at the end of Volume 4. And the entire time it was like, wow, like, how is she going to betray us? 'Cause she's going to betray the City of Silver. We got to keep an eye out for her. So, like, I think she had, like, a decent impact because Derek's whole thing was like, no, like, I need to get stronger so that I can protect the City of Silver from her. And then her dying and her dying words being like, I never betrayed the City of Silver. It was sad. The fuck? So I think that alone puts her in B as well. I think I'd put her above Antigonus, maybe relative. I don't know. Nightwalker, if we not include the other gods, he should take all the credit. Yeah, but even with all the credit, I would maybe move him above Geo, but maybe. Motherfucker, Hope, that is Antigonus. I promise, it is. You can search up Antigonus, LOTM, I promise. It'll show up every time. I know. Nagito, shh. We don't talk about that. Shh. Okay. Lovi, I think I'd put her B tier. Adam. Okay, now this is like, I think the last maybe one or two really high ranking ones. Oh, that's Zaratul. Yes, that's Zaratul. Yes, that is, oh my god, you're right, that's Zaratul. This is Antigonus. Oh my god, you're right, I apologize. You're right, I apologize. I called you an idiot. I'm sorry. In my mind, I was thinking Zaratul the whole time, but I kept saying Antigonus, sorry. So yeah, all the same, my ranking remains the same. Adam. He has to go S tier. He has to go S tier. The question is, where in S tier? I would say he goes below Amon. Is that fair? What do you guys think? Or do you think he goes above Amon? The most impactful character. Better than the sun? I think he has... McSeely, in terms of impact, I think he has to be. I mean, I guess he didn't... His first appearance was before. He did help Klein become a demigod. That was a really cool moment. And that show was hard as fuck, too. The Corpse Cathedral just showing up out of nowhere, and he's like, I deemed it to be. Like, what the fuck? You know, Anderson being pregnant with a baby. That was cold shit. I'm not going to make him his own tier, no. Okay, we can put him above. We can put him above. This is fine. The visionary tier, no. Okay. Melissa and Benson. They're gonna go somewhere really close. You're forgetting that Adam is sun god and his impact is more than you can quantify. Fine. That's actually fair, and just on that point, we'll move him to peak. Okay, we'll move him to peak before we start going. Listen, these two are infallible characters, okay, that transcend the medium of the book itself. So these two can't be touched, so we'll move them up here. Okay, Melissa and Benson. I think they've got to be B tiers, right? Eridas is also infallible. I think they've got to be B tier. I would say they go above Zaratul. I think these two are interchangeable, whatever. I'll put Benson above. But these two don't matter in terms of their ranking with each other. The source of a lot of Klein's humanity, yeah. And like all the way to the end, we do care. We want to make sure they're doing okay. But like, again, I have to base it on story impact, and I don't think story impact, they rank above like 4s or like, you know what, we'll do bottom of A for these two. Just because their impact is very difficult to quantify, but I feel like it's there, for sure. So we'll do bottom of A. You guys make a fair point. Benson's wedding helping Klein stabilize is fair. Okay. Old Kohler. Old Kohler. It's a different, exactly, it's just a different type of impact. F? No, not F. He definitely had an impact. Impact would have to be bottom of C, right? Impact would have to be bottom of C. Lilith. Lilith, I think, also has to be bottom of C. Old Kohler didn't have an impact on the story, but had an impact on us. You're right. Maybe. Lilith? A? Are you nuts? A? No. I was thinking like C. What makes you think A, Nightwalker? What? She killed a god, okay? And? How did that affect the story, really? If she just like put him in a... If she just like... If the goddess just subdued her, like what? That would do what? Or sorry, subdued the god of combat with her. That would... How would that... Okay? I don't... No, not A. No chance. I don't even know if you can make a strong case for B. Like, maybe you can make a case for bottom of B, but like, I was legitimately thinking like over here. I was saying like mid-C. Lilith, the one who orchestrated the 1,000-year plan, Gaslight, goes into C. You're not crazy. Like, I guess she did help the goddess become, or get close to being a great old one. Okay, fine, fuck it. We'll do bottom at B for that. We'll do bottom at B just for that. We'll do bottom at B just for that. Okay, Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray. Top of C? Like he did... Because Dorian Gray was the one who set the whole letting Mr. Door out thing start, right? He was really the mechanism through which that all started. And since we're not putting other members of the Abraham family, I feel like that's where he deserves to go. Like, he had impact for sure, but like, I wouldn't put him in B. Yep. Top of C, bottom of B is kind of interchangeable, hope, so we'll leave it there, but okay. 017. 017 in my book is... Does she even deserve to be here? Does it even matter? Wait, is this 017? Who is this? This is 017, right? I'm not making this up? She is... Oh, I see. This is Ariana. I see. Thank you, Amnesia. Yeah, okay. Okay. Ariana. Okay, Ma'am Ariana. She had good impact. I would say Ma'am Ariana in my book... Yeah, I know it's 017, but we're gonna pretend it's Ariana, okay? We're gonna pretend it's her. I just realized it now. In my book, she's kind of similar to the Miss Messenger, but her impact wasn't quite as much. Her impact in my book would go probably like down here. Like, she was definitely helpful. She helped us get in touch with the goddess. She saved our asses a couple of times for sure. But, like, I wouldn't put her as high as the Miss Messenger. All the concealing, exactly. So I think I would put her... Maybe I put her here. Maybe I put her below the Tarot Club members, but above Medici. I think that's better. Okay. Sasrier. Sasrier was goated as fuck. The first person to have the title King of Angels, which is already a crazy title, but it's fine. Sasrier. Where do you go? Story impact? In my mind, he goes to like hot as fuck, but no character impact, because I put most of the impact on Ancient Sun God or Adam, because otherwise he doesn't rank here just as Adam. He ranks here as ASG/Adam/everything. So I would put him here because Adam takes most of the lore impact, and then he just goes to like really cool character. Substitute with him any Dark Souls boss? This is kind of true. He's ASG Smurf account? Yeah, basically. So I'm gonna put him in really cool character, but no impact. I'm not gonna double dip his impact. That feels crazy. Palez. Palez was cool, helped Leonard a lot, helped Klein occasionally too with the Worms of Time. Rose Redemption stuff, true. Was the reason Amon was able to become a Sequence 1 and by extension become a dual pathway god. Top B? It was kind of a disappointment, true. He did become like Sequence 1. He's like, oh, I've become so strong. And Amon kind of fucking no-diffed him. But I think bottom of B feels kind of fair. Was the reason Klein could successfully escape Amon after his death in Volume 6? Oh, because he gave him an idea. True. Top of B, bottom of A. I'll put top of B. Is Ince on this list? Yes, Ince is right here. Now this, Antigonus. Antigonus for real now. Deserves extra points? Yeah, but he became a Sequence 1 for like 4 minutes. He became a Sequence 1 because Amon wanted him to. Antigonus. What was Antigonus's impact? Other than giving Klein Sequence 1. Or not even Sequence 1, I guess technically Fool. His family notebook had quite the impact, this is true. Well, not in the story, Hope. In the story, he was always weaker than Sequence 1. I messaged him, Nugget, so I haven't heard back yet. Also, the ravings that Klein was hearing, this is also true. Okay, curious. Would you guys say he had more or less impact than Palez? Yeah, the status? Fuck you. More or less. My instinct is to say more. Because he was the reason he was able to become the Fool. So in my book, that puts him more. Maybe we put him bottom of A. He was asleep, but he was also the reason Klein was able to become the Fool. Like, you gotta, and the Lord of Mysteries by extension. So, like, you gotta put respect on his name. Mr. Door. Mr. Door really cool but no impact? Nah, he had some impact. He was the reason Amon became a dual pathway god. So... here? I don't know if I'd put him any higher than this. Abraham. Oh, I guess Abraham family is also his impact. This is true. Abraham family is his impact. We got to give him that. Just above Will? Just above Will? Or no, I would put him just above Medici, I think. I'd put him just above Medici. At the end. Yeah, like he came out and fucking 6 fucking gods were ready to or 5 out of 6 gods were like, alright, gotta go beat his ass. Like, what? I mean, yeah, I know because there was the mother goddess of depravity, but I think he had more impact than Trissy. I disagree. On the story, I disagree. Father Utravsky. I guess technically he did have a mini arc. Put him above Leodero, put him below Leodero, I don't know. Technically he had a impact. He was the reason Rosal got corrupted, true. He did entice Rosal to go to the moon, this is true. Above Leodero? Sure. The genie. The genie had like good impact. The genie had great impact, I think you have to say. He had like good impact because he was the one who saved him from Adam. Without that, like Klein was literally gonna get fucked. But the genie saved him by killing him. I would say like mid B. I would say like high B, I think. No, I wouldn't say he had more impact than Palez, though. Mr. is S tier in terms of impact? No. In terms of character art, I think he has the coolest character art in all of Lord of the Mysteries. He's goated as fuck in terms of that sense, but I wouldn't put him S tier. No, I don't think so. The genie, I don't think he had as much impact as Palez. And Mr. Fool. I'm not going to hear anything about this. The Fool stands atop, okay? None of this, nothing happens without Mr. Fool. Nothing in the story. There's just no questions about it. I'm not going to argue that. No, I don't care. Praise the Fool. I think this is my Lord of the Mysteries tier list. Is it perfect? Friggin' probably not, okay? But I think this is a good tier list that I can like look at and be like, yeah, I feel pretty good about this. I think so. So everyone, if you're watching the YouTube video, thank you so much for watching, for making it all the way to the end. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing and all that regular stuff. And thanks, guys.